Good day, Corey here with Gas Automotive. We've got another engine to work on. This here actually belongs to my son. It's a Dodge 383. I'm not sure exactly what year car out of. It was like a 60-something car that they took it out of. Apparently the head gasket is gone in it. So we're gonna take the heads off, take a few other things off and kind of give it an inspection and see what my son's dealing with. Is it hopefully something he can just clean up a little bit and put back together and put into his truck, or does it need more work? All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is take the valley pan off. Now whoever took it out has already taken a bunch of stuff off. The intake's already off. They've already taken the bolts out of the oil pan, so they obviously had that off. We'll see what's going on there. They said it was running when they took it out, so hopefully that's okay. And it's just head gaskets and really good cleanings, and we'll see if you got an engine for a while. Now we've already done a bunch of work here to clean the crap out of it, because it was like a half an inch of old grease and grime on it. And oh boy, it's nice and dirty. Next, I'm gonna have to take the rocker shafts off. 9/16. Now I'll probably just break them all loose first. Nothing looks bent or anything. Now you got to take it off nice and evenly as a shaft. If you just go to crazy and start letting one end out and loosen it all off, you can actually bend this shaft. So you got to start, I like to start in the center. Take it, 3 turns, partial turns. Probably about 1 complete turn. And work from the center outwards. Thus slowly relieving the pressure on the shaft, not bending or warping anything. I could take all these off by hand, but it's a lot of work and I shouldn't have to. These bolts, all these old bolts, these really old engines, they're tough enough that they can all be used multiple times, including the head bolts. And you can take them off with an impact gun. You don't have to worry about them stressing out. Some people think it's bad for the bolts or something like that, but these older ones, this is from the 60s, it's so strong that it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna go get the airline, I'll be right back. And again, with the heads, I'm starting with the center and working my way outwards in a big circle, kind of like what you would do if you were torquing a head down. And in these old engines, you don't have to worry about which bolt went where. They're all interchangeable as long as they're the same size. All right. Looks not too bad, a little bit of rust and stuff in there, but a tiny bit of rust inside this cylinder. Come have a look at that. Not a very big ridge at the top, so there's probably not many miles on it like the guy said. All right, well, that's looking not too bad. We'll take the other head off and look inside. Bit of rust down to the bottom of that cylinder. That's kind of shitty. Have to make sure that hasn't pitted or anything. Also have to be careful when you're trying to turn an engine over. Some rust and stuff like that in the edge. Bust a piston ring. And it's all over for you. Oh, I got a neat little spacer underneath it for something else. That side looks a lot better. It doesn't look nearly as much kind of rusty crap on the surface. Don't really see any evidence of where the... Oh, there's a bunch of rust up there and stuff though, eh? Wow. I don't think that's supposed to be like that. Well, let's put a big gigantic socket on it and see if it turns over. So I'm trying to go back and forth because I want this piston down here that has the most rust in it to make sure the piston goes downward so I don't try and force any. Oh, sorry, it's already at the bottom too. So it's got no place to go but up. I'll see if we can clean the cylinder out a little bit. And bit of rust up here, but there was a bunch of hard stuff on the bottom. I scraped it all out. And it kind of looks pretty shiny underneath, so let's give her a whirl. They all have like a dotted line inside of them. I don't know what the dotted line is for. Let's turn a little bit more here. Look at some other cylinders. Look at that right there. Of course, the flash doesn't want to fucking work. See that big huge chunk out of there? That's got a big crack right there. So this engine's no good. Welcome to engines. Big huge crack all along there, right to there. So now it's parts. Unfortunately, that signs it off for this engine block. This thing is no good. And just a core for a rebuild. That's not, I can't even rebuild that. It's complete absolute garbage. So now it's just parts. Take all the good parts off of it we can and scrap it. So this is Corey signing off on this project. Have a great day. Thanks for checking in.